Welcome back, everyone. Today is December 12th, 2025, and here's how I roughly lost around $480 trading the NASDAQ. I'm going to be going over the PA and then the one con short that I took today. Pretty brutal loss, I'm not going to lie, as you're going to see that I got ticked out by like 2 ticks and then it flushed to the downside, but everything was just not going for me today. I woke up super late. I got on the charts like about 5 minutes into market open. I had terrible, there's just a whole bunch of stuff exterior to what happened on the markets that I really don't want to get into because it's just on me. I clicked the buttons, I took the trade. So let's break down the trade. Here is the trade right here. It was a con short after tapping a 5-minute gap. As you can see as well, there's 2 entry positions. The first one, I took a short, but it didn't even have my stops or my take profit set. So I exited that position at break even and I re-entered and had the stops at the same point. But as you can see, 2 points, 2 ticks stopped me out, flushed to my take profit. But like this is again, I'm gonna be this entire video, I'm gonna try to find some interior blame. Like, why are my stops so short? I could have had extended up here for an easy 1-to-1, or I could have even been at this wick high for a 1-to-1.2, but I got really greedy and wanted this 1-to-1.6 and got burnt because of it. Here is the XFA right now at 48,539, $456 down the drain because I got greedy. Now, let's go to the reasonings why I even took this trade, the market structure and all that stuff. But like I said earlier, I got on the charts minutes into market opening, and over my year of trading, I have never done so. I always come on 30 minutes earlier, set my bias, look at what the market's doing, and then get on. That didn't happen today, and I got burnt because of it. Because when I got on, I saw that we had this swing low and we had London, Asia, and New Day opening gap higher with this bearish hourly right here. But ES was tapping into this 4-hour bullish gap. And at the time, it was respecting that bullish gap. So in my mind, I was like, okay, we're going to sweep out this hourly bearish gap and we're going to continue higher to London highs, Asia highs, and that New Day opening gap. But market didn't do so. Market did not do that at all. Market opened and we immediately, probably the best trade that was on, but I was just hopping on at this point, which was this SMT at these 5-minute swing highs. We failed to swing this high right here. ES did not swing this high. Where is it at? Let me see if I can find it. Right over here. Right here. ES failed to swing that high not once but twice, creating a secondary bearish SMT right here. And there was a 2-minute gap. A lot of you guys who trade the MEC model would have seen either Blake or PB take this trade, but this was the trade to take at basically market open. Again, I got on super late. I just was trying to analyze the entirety of what was happening, and I missed out on the trade that was the one to take today, which was this short with an SMT 2-minute inverse, this 15-minute internal low, and I missed out on it, and market just kept dumping and dumping. There was also another potential trade. I think there was like a 4-minute gap or something. Yeah, we tapped this 4-minute gap and then we immediately dumped even lower. Market just kept dumping and dumping, and here is when I was like, okay, market is going to take out these Asia lows and a whole bunch of LR, which was resting lower. As you can see, Asia lows, relative equal lows right here, and then all this LRL, low resistance liquidity over here with the lowest point right here. And as you can see, market did exactly that. But prior to market doing that, there was a single 1-minute gap that market tapped, right? I was looking for a displacement, a continuation trade, which was re-tap into a gap and then a displacement candle out of there. That's my continuation model. And that's what happened. We had tapped at this 1-minute gap / 5-minute gap. We had a chop for a bit and then we displaced lower again. and had this third displacement. I was like, okay, I'm in. And then I realized that it didn't even place a stop or a TP for me. And I was like, okay, what the hell's happening? I closed my position at break even, and then I re-entered off this third one right here. As you can see, had my stops egregiously tight. I don't know why I did that, but I think if you go to my earlier YouTube videos, I do this as well, and I got burnt, and I just didn't learn my lesson. But this was my continuation model, just a really tight stop loss, and I got cooked because of it. And as you can see, wicks me out, continues lower, flushes to that Asia low, and then even goes lower. We had 1050 macro open, and we kind of just came down, flushed everything, and now we're kind of, well, we were slowly chopping up, but now with market closing here soon for the weekend, it is slowing down. But some things that I could improve upon. Number one, don't have my stops too tight. This is like the second or third time this has happened, and I keep getting burnt because of it. This was an easy winning day, but because I wanted a little bit more, because I'm a greedy bitch, it went from an okay trade with stops being originally at this wick right here, risking, I think it was around $500. Yeah, $500 to make 600. I wanted the stops to be tighter so I could put more cons on and make more money. Instead of it being a $500 risk to make around $650, I wanted a $500 risk to make $800. And that's what I get. And now we are in a position where I have basically one trade left on my XFA to make shit shake. And we're in that position now, and I don't know, I just mentally, I need to lock in. I'm gonna be back testing a lot. I don't even think, like, I'm just gonna be YouTube video after YouTube video back testing, just trying to get better at this model, trying to just get my head back in the game, because this was too easy of a trade to lose, and I did so. Yeah, a series of unfortunate events happened today prior to market even opening. I'm going to try to not blame that, but it did play a role into this loss that I had today. But head up, we got one trade left, basically. We got one trade. Got to make the best that we can and see what we can do. But $460 loss, end of the week. What do you do? I love and appreciate you guys, and I will see y'all for another trade recap or another trading video. But I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and yeah, I'll see y'all then. Peace out.